Single-purpose LLMs handling basic chat prompts are becoming legacy technology. Modern enterprise environments are shifting towards multi-agent orchestration, where supervised teams of AI models coordinate to execute complex business workflows. In this tutorial, we are going to physically configure and software provision a secure, sovereign edge AI node using a Qualcomm Dragon Wing appliance. We will start by reconfiguring server hardware ratios, wire in high-speed front-end switches to handle the traffic, and finally lock the system down with a deterministic safety wrapper. Building this specific infrastructure on-premise guarantees the strictly controlled 100% reproducible outputs required by high-stakes industries like finance and defense. Step 1 requires physical access to your on-premise enterprise server rack to adjust your hardware nodes. According to a recent Dell Oro Group data center forecast, the rise of agentic AI means abandoning legacy hardware architectures designed primarily for model training. This chart compares a skewed legacy 10:1 GPU to CPU ratio against a balanced 1:1 inference standard. The older setup is inadequate for reasoning. Reconfigure to a strict 1:1 ratio. Notice how the balanced flow distributes load and prevents bottlenecks. If you fail to achieve this 1:1 balance, the overarching orchestration brain will instantly bottleneck when assigning complex tasks to independent agents. With processors balanced, upgrade the network backbone to handle the massive traffic from multi-agent setups. Physically integrate your edge appliance into a modern 800 gigabit per second or 1.6 terabit per second front-end data center switch. This expanded bandwidth allows multiple independent AI agents to communicate continuously without latency. Together, this 1:1 processing balance and the high-speed front-end network form the physical baseline required to execute high-speed inference without system failure. Now power on your Qualcomm Dragon Wing appliance and wait for the initialization sequence to finish. Log in to the AI Rev on-demand dashboard. Under the Sovereign Edge tab, look for this green checkmark indicator, confirming your local hardware is correctly recognized. This Sovereign Edge configuration ensures your sensitive enterprise data never leaves your local on-premise network. This isolation is crucial. Autonomous framework intrusions are growing, where malicious AI agents bypass standard guardrails to infiltrate secure systems entirely without human intervention. In July, Taiwan confirmed a major cyber incident targeting a nuclear safety agency and energy firms. Hackers bypassed safety controls using an autonomous coordinator that directed specialized agents, a direct consequence of operating unbound agents without safety wrappers. To lock your system down, navigate to the Safety Wrappers tab to apply a deterministic controller. This diagram shows boundary rules forcing generative models into strict outputs. An inbound penetration test alert prompt hits a red boundary wall and is explicitly rejected. Conversely, an approved prompt passes safely through the boundary, outputting clean, verified data blocks. Without this deterministic controller acting as a logical wrapper, your edge nodes remain vulnerable to catastrophic autonomous behaviors masquerading as legitimate commands. Security is one half of the deployment. The other is legal transparency. Global regulations, specifically the transparency provisions in the EU AI Act, mandate strict disclosure. Go to the Compliance Settings module within your dashboard to configure these rules. Activate the Resolve Provenance plugin. In this UI screen capture, doing so secures generated text outputs with an active, verified cryptographic C2PA content credential overlay. This applies a patent-backed, invisible, and unremovable watermark to all media and text modified by agents. Cryptographic provenance is now a mandatory legal prerequisite for operating AI systems in global enterprise markets. You have now successfully deployed a live, fully compliant sovereign AI edge node operating securely on your enterprise network. With your 1:1 hardware architecture in place and properly wrapped, your system has the exact processing configuration needed to host autonomous multi-agent workflows. Delivery Hero provided an active proof of concept for this specific technical architecture when they launched an autonomous WhatsApp-integrated AI assistant across more than 40,000 local shops. This trendline graph illustrates the business impact. Following the activation point of that agentic assistant, which optimized menus and responded to reviews independently, they recorded a sharp 15% surge in local customer orders. This architecture establishes hardware engineering as a direct driver of enterprise profitability, rather than a fixed IT overhead cost. To learn more about executing enterprise deployments like this, subscribe to Vanguard AI, like this video, drop a comment below, and share it with your infrastructure team.